Hey guys, another day, another city. Welcome to Szczecin. I think I said that right. Yeah, we're the old German city that became part of Poland back in 1945. So I'm sure historians will debate that momentarily, and we can talk about it as we journey. But right now we're at the train station, and we're gonna go check out what the city has to offer. Hopefully something interesting. Now, we haven't even crossed the street yet, but before we go back to the train station and to see all these churches, I want to show you the water. You got a nice view. It's amazing. Here's a little glimpse of the Oder. No, of the Oder. Ah, crap. I always get... I worked with an Oder. I think it's Oder. Anywho, as you note here, there's a bit of construction going on. And I'm hoping that's not the case everywhere we go. But, the river's here, and, we're going this way. To, greater and better things. When you leave the train station, in the background, way back there, you can see the boatyards. Which would make sense. This is a major port. It's been a major port for over a century plus. And when this was part of Germany, the port was actually like, I think it was like the third largest for Germany, something like that. Right behind the city of Hamburg. It's pretty cool. This little mirror right here. If we were going straight, we could go check out the churches, but I actually want to check in hotel room first. It's very interesting already being here. I mean, granted, you see all the graffiti, which is it's not unheard of. So, but that's kind of cool. You see the blue woman they made right there? I like that. I wonder what Catherine the Great would think. No, really I do, because she was born here. Yes, the Catherine the Great, the one that ended up, being a ruler. What was it, of Russia? Definitely have a different style of buildings here. Like, look at this right here. This reminds me more of Washington, D.C. Huh. Does anyone know where the Victoria Hotel is? Probably not. Now, we should have lucked out today. It's supposed to be, even though there's dark clouds overhead, it's not supposed to rain. So that's a good thing. And it will let us really explore this city. Well, I didn't even get as close to being hit. I was going to say, I almost got hit by that car right there. I wasn't sure if these northwestern folk, if they stop for pedestrians like they do in Krakow. Now, wow. We're like up high on the hill. And if I remember right, there's part of the name, like the Slavic word for Szczecin, or wherever it came from. Because it's Polish, and well, the old Slav. And I want to say that it means like hill peak, but I don't know for certain. Now, I don't know if you guys are Dark Knight fans, but tell me, does this look a little bit like the hospital that the Joker tried to blow up? That's what it looks like to me. A little eerie, actually. Well, this is kind of eerie. This is Hotel Victoria parking. So this is where we're supposed to be. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a good thing I don't have a car. Which one's the Victoria? I hope it's that building right there, but... Oh, God. All right. I did want to be close to the train station. I guess this is 200 meters. It's a quiet street. So I guess we're going to get settled first. If this square that we're in right now does not scream Poland, I don't know what does. So you have this beautiful building behind us. Look at the brick. Holy, it's awesome. And we're gonna walk closer to it, but then I'm gonna show you the rest of the square, which is right across from my hotel. Here's the park I thought I was getting. But look at these right here. Look at this. Now this is a government building for sure, but look at the sculptures. That's awesome. The details. What a beautiful building. And up top are the lions, the significant of the royalty. And I need to loop around so it's not like I'm jaywalking completely. So going back to my comment on how this is quintessential Poland. So you have a beautiful building. I don't know if it's new or old or whatever, but it's beautiful. And then you get a touch of the old right here with these. And this building has been around a lot longer. The Rovar Szczecin. I guess must be a restaurant or something. I don't know. My Polish is limited. But then my Hotel Victoria. So my hotel's right here. It's interesting. Got those old letters on the side. Feel like I'm maybe in a bad section of New York City. But in all seriousness, this is what I wanted to go to the other side of the square. Because one, I wanted the wind to pick up to make it more entertaining for you to hear me. But two, look at the different buildings. You have the communist style, colorful apartment buildings. You got the stone right next to it, and so on. It's just this juxtaposition, right? Is that the word of the day? Is that the word I'm looking for? I think so. All right, see a church in the background. Let's get settled first, and then we'll get back to it. All right, so we made it up to the room. Let's take a look. Let's see what it looks like. I think it's feeling 70s to me. We'll see. What do you guys think? Well, not at me. Hold on. Let me orientate the camera around. Look at this. It's very woody. It screams 70s to me, though, but I like this back print here. And then look at these chairs. Look at this little table right here. This works. This works. Nice big shelving. Well, sorry, like put my clothes up, and then nice functional bathroom. We got a toilet and then a shower. And full breakfast, $50 a night. Score. That the hotel reminds me so much of this place I stayed in Belgrade, Serbia, several years ago. It has like, I don't know, it's very vintage. We'll leave it at that. Very, very vintage. So there's a little bit of a breeze, as you know from Kof from before. And I was debating what to wear. This is probably one of those challenges when you are out and about doing the vlogs. Oh, thanks. Is that, like, right now it's about 12, no, I think it's like 10 degrees right now. So it's not cold, but the breeze makes it feel that way. They are tearing this road up, huh? So we're going down here. Look at that mural right there. Alright, well, this is going to be kind of fun. I'm trying to figure out how to cross the street right here in the middle of this. Look at this beautiful church right here. It's awesome. Get another vantage point before we run up and check it out. What's fitting right across the street is the Pochta. How exciting. So everything's like torn up in town right now. I don't know if that means they're trying to get ready for the nicer weather in the spring or what, but if you come to visit, keep that in mind. And if I remember reading right, this is like one of the top 10 biggest cities in all of Poland. Which is interesting because back in the 1940s, before World War II started, this was like the third largest city in all of Germany, with like 350,000 people. So I got all excited thinking this was a church. Look at the clouds. Isn't that an awesome shot? But yeah, this isn't a church. It's actually a university of medicine right here. So this is where people go to school, become a doctor. Whoops. It's all right. I still got my church. It's in the background over here. It's so crazy, like compared to the last video we were in Gdansk, and just shocking the differences. And it's weird too because like I don't know, just has a different type of energy. It'll be interesting when we get to the other part of town where their old town is, if you will. Okay, well, next attempt to see something. So we're gonna check out this big church, maybe, if it's an actual church. And while I should be looking at the churches, I'm fascinated by the apartments and the townhomes that they have built up, because it's not the same style that I've seen in other parts of Poland. Huh. All right, so here's the massive church that we're going to go into now. I did see admission. I think it's so you can go up to the tower, which I am not a big tower person. I don't like heights. But I know some people who are watching who, when they come to a city for the first time, that's the first thing that they try to do, is to go to the tower. Meanwhile, I just want to see. I want to show you the building, how it looks. Look at that. Trying a new filming technique today, clearly. So. It's different saints. Here's their Pope John Paul II, now the Blessed. And I assume because that chair is there, he must have, when he came to visit here, if I remember reading right, he came to visit in like 1987. And that was his chair. The altar is very pretty. So they set this up right here. It's to represent those that died in the camps. Wow, it's pretty powerful. And then they put all the names of the different concentration camps there on the left. Wow, I wasn't expecting to see that right there. So there's a better image right there. That really hits you. And it's not just for the Jews that lost their lives, but the Christians, the gypsies, everyone that was sent away to these camps that were exterminated. It's awful. Awful. The seagoing tradition right here of the community. Look at Mary guarding over the water. And then even up there in the stained glass, they have a shipping container. That's awesome. Tied in with the community. That was powerful. I did not expect that at all. I'm still kind of a bit speechless. I did notice when I was walking out, for people that are interested, if I think it costs €2 or 8 zloty to go up to the top of the tower that then looks out onto the city. So if you're interested in doing that, there you go. Leaving the church behind us, and I wish I could read some Polish because they got some stuff going on here. Some sort of... Oh. Well, let me deduce it. I believe it's from World War II and... Oh, no, maybe not. Get stuff from the 70s in here, too. So I don't know if these are people potentially... None of it's in English. I was trying to think maybe if, like, this deals with the Solidarity movement. Yes, I'm going to say it does. Maybe you guys can let me know, because I'm not sure what this is all about right here. But this used to be something about this being a republic. And now, right across the street from that is this beautiful, it's like a residential community with apartments and shops underneath. And then there's a big cafe here, Cafe Venezia, a club. I know, I'm quite a tour guide today. I impressed myself. Oh, look. Big fountain, square. Huh. All right, let's keep going. Not a far walk away, you have this building here, which is very... Can I say Prussian? Or is this really Polish design? I mean, I know it's a government building, but it does not... It doesn't look like it belongs. And now, this fountain right here, I want to say it's the rooster. Okay, it's not a rooster. It's the eagle. The Slavic eagle. Which, as we all know, is part of the Polish... it's the emblem. But I swear I saw a different bird. Or maybe it is the same bird that actually represents the city as well. Maybe someone in the comments can help me out with that. So I'm trying to avoid, there's like a group of students down there, but we have hit the old town, or their old town, which has a definite different feel than I was expecting. But you can look, like this building right here it's exquisite. What I like is that the big church is right behind us in the background. Huh. I feel like a lot of the vibes I get, like when I was in Białystok, it was very similar in some regards, with the different style of buildings that was in place. Huh. Just taking it in. Got some yellows here. I'm always a big fan of yellow buildings. And then in the back, there's apartments that are pink. There's like a rusted color orange as well. Part of me, okay, so no longer have the footage, but when I was in Lviv or Lvov, depending on is that the Polish pronunciation? Maybe. Anyway, it's doing the other pronunciation, but in those places, I remember walking around, and once you got outside of like the old part of the city, you had a lot of colorful apartments just like that. So because I learned to read, I noticed what I just walked by that I was like, I don't know what this is. That was the Royal Gate. And while we could go into that church, look at this right here. Look at this beautiful statue of this angel. Now that's symbolic, isn't it? Look at that. It's cool. So I'm trying to get closer to the water. What I know about this area, because it is a seagoing city, a major trade port, as I've already talked about. All the pretty buildings are on the water. So that's what we're going to go check out. And maybe I can remember a couple tidbits of information that are relevant for us to know. Like, take for example, during the war, prior to the war, there were maybe, and the number could be off, but there weren't like hundreds of thousands of Poles living in the city. I think there were like, maybe you say 10,000, 20,000, and they were working in the factories. Because this was a big area for, I think I read it that it was like a car manufacturing area. But the point is that it was a German. It wasn't a Polish place. And really the only time that this was a Polish city was like in the 1200s. I was just reading a sign. I don't want to get into the communist history and the 10,000 people that were in this area, because I don't know anything about it. We'll stick more with the World War II stuff and before that I am knowledgeable about. Look at these buildings. Look at this street right here. It's beautiful. So going farther back in history, as I said, this area has been held by the Poles, the Prussians, the Swedes for a while actually, and the Germans, and I'm sure some other people too. Well, because like we'll leave it at that. Yes. This is cool. I can't tell if it's an old school or what. Huh. But I guess the important thing is that after it had been some time since this was a Polish realm, if you will, and so originally in 1944, this is when the discussion was being held between the communist government in Lublin and the Soviet Union over what the boundaries would be of the country of Poland once the war came to an actual end. And originally it was only supposed to go to the Oder, but they had made a secret agreement, and guess what? They got this city. And that's how this became a Polish city. And right next to us, I think, is an Orthodox church. Not this building here that needs a little love, but right here, between the trees and the fence. It's kind of odd, actually. So this is an Orthodox church that was built in 2011, actually. And St. Nicholas the Wonder Workers Orthodox Church. I'm noticing this section of town is more spread out than I imagined. Got some parks. Huh. While I should probably be turning around and showing you St. Peter and Paul Church, which was the first church that they put in this area, if I remember right, or something like that. These trees have gotten my attention instead. So we're going to check out some trees. It's the beauty of being on my own walk. It's, you explore what you feel like exploring. And my apologies if I've gotten any of the history wrong. I do a quick read and then I hope for the best. But look at these trees right here. It's like they are ready to fall, but they're still holding on for dear life. These are some old, beautiful trees. Wow. And there's a park over there to our left, which we could go frequent. We'll probably hit it in a bit. I should be cutting down towards the water, so I guess we'll do that instead. I mean, don't you want to see what the waterfront looks like? Alright, let's walk underneath these trees. I don't know how old these trees are, but I love the character to them. And it's very picturesque with these apartment buildings right to our left, and then some sort of important we'll say royal building directly to the that I'm focusing on right now. Huh. That's a good way to get me to avoid that tree. I'm pretty sure St. Peter and Paul Church is white, but it was in the opposite direction. So you'll have to see it yourself. It's interesting. It's like, it's a city, of course, But it's like everything seems like it's spread out. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe my ignorant self is confused because I'm like, where are the restaurants? Where's McDonald's? It's a beautiful building. I love the architecture. It's awesome. This is probably an entrance to a school. It's usually how it works, you know. All the coolest buildings are parts of universities. But look at this. Let's take a look at our view over here. So, again, here's the rooster. I mean, look at it. I get it, it's the eagle, but I don't like this rendition of him. And this is a restaurant right here, actually. You can go right through. Very expensive. But what I want to show you is, again, a different version. You can see the water of the Oder. And we're going to go farther down. At least, unless this is the magnificent view that I saw on a web. Huh. So this is the Museum of, I think, Natural History. But my Polish is limited, so Narod... I don't know. Anyway, it's like Narodowe. But this looks directly out onto the water over here. And while we should probably be focusing more on the building and the beauty of it, that shipyard out there, when they were doing the strikes in Gdansk, they were doing strikes here as well. At least that's what I remember reading. Dr. Zubzinski, who passed away 2013, he wrote a book about his life in Poland and then after, as he became a neurosurgeon. And I remember in his book he was mentioning, here, we'll give you a different vantage right there. Look at that. That's awesome. And the clouds are scaring me. But in his book, he mentioned how, one, he had to get a plane from Poznan. I always mispronounce it. The city that started with a P. Anyway, he flew from there up here to do a consult for a doctor, actually. And he ended up saving the guy's life. But that's when I first kind of heard about this location. And then, you look up information and you learn more about these areas. And I have to admit, I honestly didn't... I thought that Poland started on that other side of the river. So I learned something new in the last few days. And that's because I was thinking that they would have had a natural water boundary. But then, that's where that common sense comes in, because I've been down to Opole, and Opole is also on the river. So maybe I should have put two and two together a little bit sooner. I think this is the time, the point that I tell you I'm feeling hungry. So let me leave you here at this beautiful government building. And I'm going to get some food. And then I'll see you real soon, I promise. Okay? So here's our building. It's too big to kind of like zoom up and go around. It's a big building that looks out onto the wonderful river. Okay, you guys deserve better. Here you go. Big tower up there. And now there's these little gargoyles that they have set up. Let me zoom in so you can see them. I don't know if you guys can make those out. There's these beautiful gargoyles. Ah, there we are. Look at those gargoyles. Well, those are people. Anyway, there's gargoyles in between. They got different faces looking down at us. Up there. Hold on. Sometimes this camera is not being very nice to us. Anywho, there's the building. Alright, so now you can't say I shortchanged you. I'm gonna go get some food. We'll catch up soon. We'll see what else we can find in our walking tour of Szczecin. Peace.